Hey everyone, I'm Mackayla. Welcome to the Soundtrack of Our Lives podcast. We're going to jump right in with the two hardest questions of all. Who are you and what have you been up to recently?
Hello, my name is Torri Weidinger, and I live in Brooklyn, New York. I'm a singer-songwriter and cellist, and I released an album a month ago.
Yay! That's so exciting!
Thank you, I appreciate it.
What does it feel like now that it's kind of out there in the world?
It feels good. It feels like a huge release, honestly. Been working on these songs for so long, so it feels good to let them go with the wind.
Was it scary at all?
It was scary. Yeah, I think songs are very vulnerable, and I talk about a lot of my fears and my grief and knowing and loving and losing people. So it's very personal, but yeah, it still feels really good.
Yeah. What kind of feedback have you received because it is so personal to you? Have people felt that they feel the same way?
Absolutely, yeah. I think like there's been a lot of people reach out that have struggles with CD and with loving people, falling in love with people who for you. A lot of inspirational my life the past couple years. Just learning how to love people with a new identity that isn't so tied to repeating the same cycles of
hmm
hurt.
That's very healthy.
Yeah.
Hard to get to that point, but healthy.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I think like I'm learning. Yeah, I think like it's one thing to be aware and another to act from awareness and really create new patterns. So definitely been in that stage of growth of
hmm
being really aware but needing to take more action. So I don't know if I'm super healthy yet, but I'm trying.
It's like I feel like it's a process that never ends.
Totally. Yeah. I think it's less about the destination, more about the journey, as cliche as that sounds. It's very true.
It is true.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you had your sister sing on it.
Yes.
What was that like working with her?
Oh, so awesome. I love my sister so much. I look up to her so much musically as a person and as an artist and a creative. The first track of the album is called When That Day Arrives, and I wanted her voice on it because I think we sing really similar, which is really cool. A lot of people can't even tell that it's her voice on there, but we're both singing the song the whole way through. I'm on the left, I think she's on the right. And when you listen to it in headphones, you can hear, if you listen closely, you can hear there's two separate voices. But yeah, it was really fun collaborating with her. I think the intro to the whole album is very much a, it's kind of a warning to the listener to let myself to find grace for me as I go through this journey and that's what I want everyone who gets to know me to know is to the fact that I'm human. So it's just sort of like a hey, you know, I'm not perfect, but please bear with me.
I think people forget that sometimes.
Yeah, absolutely. I think like yeah, I think especially with like technology, social media, like there's so much emphasis on being perfect and being
hmm
robotic even, and it's really there's a lot of like urgency to label people and to categorize people as good or bad, and there's less nuance the more that we value convenience and speeding things up. Like everything is just picking and choosing. There's like this sort of illusion of choice,
hmm
tyranny of choice, dating apps and all that stuff. It makes you like forget that there's good stuff going on where you're at, and sometimes
Yeah.
discomfort doesn't mean something is wrong.
hmm
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to be uncomfortable to know when it's comfortable.
Yeah, and urgency doesn't really mean anything. Like
hmm
if you're uncomfortable and you feel urgency, you don't have to place meaning on that as I'm in the wrong spot, but you
Unless you
have to
are, in which you should get out of that situation.
totally. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like I think there's space for all of that. But
There's
I most
nuance.
Yeah, exactly. I think most of the time, or not most of the time, but a lot of times, at least when I feel discomfort, I quickly am like, I gotta get out of here. And that's okay. And it's okay to honor that too. But I think sometimes when I stay with it and I just allow the discomfort to exist, I mean, I can easily see what it is in me that's causing discomfort. It's usually nothing from in the outside and the
Hmm.
external that's really of danger. So
I know
I've been
that's with my social anxiety. I feel that at like every social function.
totally, yeah, that's like numero uno. I'm the same way. I'm such an introvert. I love being at home. I'll go weeks without like going to a party or like seeing friends or whatever. And as soon as I show up, I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know how to talk to a human
Right?
being.
Like,
I'm
what is
sorry.
this?
Yeah,
What
exactly.
does it mean to be human?
Yes. Is that a question or rhetorical?
Both.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yeah,
I don't
so
have a good answer.
yeah, I don't think there is one. It
Totally.
could be anything.
Yeah.
So, looking down the line in the new year, what does that look like for you having just put out this big project?
It's a good question. Yeah, I actually deleted all the social media apps off of my phone in the beginning of December, which is really
Okay.
a bold move to do for someone who just released an album. But I've been feeling that sort of artist tug of needing to retreat and find myself as a person first before I start creating again. And I have a lot of ideas of what I want to do next within music and within my own art of whatever medium that takes. But yeah, I mean, I have so many other songs I would love to put together another album. I'm also venturing into other genres as well, more of like a hyper pop space, a more like dancey space.
Ooh,
Been having a lot of fun producing my own tracks doing that. So that could be in the future this year. I'm hoping
that
it will
sounds
be.
interesting.
Yeah, yeah, it's I love dancing and I've been writing these sad grieving songs for so long and I love that too and there's space for all of it, but it could be a fun change to sort of lighten things up for a while.
Yeah, that's interesting. That'd be really interesting to hear.
Thanks. Yeah, it's kind of some weird shit. I'll tell you that. It's like I don't even know how to describe it, like Pink Panther, Pink
Okay.
Panther-esque sort of.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Now I'm excited.
thank you. Yeah,
So,
it's kind of
what,
fun.
yeah, what led to you creating music that's so different from what you just put out?
Um, Honestly, because it's what I listen to. Like I love pop music so much. Not that I don't love folk music too, and but I grew up playing classical and listening to like a lot of hip hop too, and
Hmm.
D'Angelo and Miguel, and yeah, I think like it just came natural to me when I just there was one day I just sat down on my computer and I was like, I wonder if I just like downloaded some samples of some like hip hop beats and like bass tracks. I wonder if I could write to this in that realm of genre. And I wrote like 5 songs like effortlessly. So
Wow.
a lot of people tell me that too, who are like R&B singers. They'll listen to my music and they'll hear the runs that I do or like the vocal inflections, and they'll say like, "Ah, you listen, you listen to R&B. I know you do." So I think that's kind of cool feedback. I've loved getting that from people. So yeah, it's just I really enjoy it when it just comes down to that.
So, what does it look like for you when you sit down to write a song?
I sit down to write a song. Oh, so many different things. I think it depends what I'm trying to release, or you usually pick some sort of core feeling and then create limitations around that and then move forward. I don't know if that makes any sense, but I find that my creative self writes better when there's a lot of limitations. So sometimes
Okay.
that's like I'll pick like a setting
Hmm.
and then try to like write a song after that, or sometimes I'll pick like a chord progression and see what comes out. But normally there's just something that I need to release, and it's usually the music and the lyrics both at once. I like to say I'm a writer first. I think I write constantly. I write a ton of poetry, like short form essays and
Hmm.
things like that. So sometimes I'll write something and then put music to it as well. But yeah, I think it's like usually some sort of release for me. It's how I understand my emotions too. I'm not so connected to my body very well. I think that's kind of common with artists. They're very floaty. I'm like,
Hmm.
it's my astrology too. I'm like so many air signs. I'm just like a floating mind up this weird orb in the sky. So I think music allows me to like put my feet back on the ground.
Mhm. I like it. It's something that's kind of bringing you back to earth.
Yes, which I need so bad. I am a Capricorn. I'll let that be known. My birthday is soon, so but yeah, that's not so much. It doesn't really show up much in my life, other than the fact that I'm
Yeah.
stubborn.
I feel like everyone's stubborn about certain things though.
Totally. Yeah,
Everyone
I
has
think
that,
so too.
yeah, that one thing that they're not willing to compromise on. We all
Yeah,
have it.
yeah. I'm pretty stubborn about a lot of things, but mostly like, well, I don't know. I think like I'm stubborn about my authenticity. I really struggle to stay in places that I can't be myself in, which is good. I think like I don't benefit from capitalism very well being that way. It's really hard for me to like where I'm being exploited. That's right now. So
Hmm.
it's it's a difficult stubbornness, but I think a lot of people are feeling that too.
Yeah. It's a weird world right now.
It is. Yeah. I think a lot of people feel really alone. There's a lot of, there's always something worse happening to someone. So I can't really complain. I think I'm really thankful for the life I have created for myself, but it doesn't necessarily like take away anyone's struggles.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, I was talking about that at work because so I work at a senior living facility
Oh
and
wow.
they were, yeah, I do activities. It's fun.
That's awesome.
So we were talking about, like school shootings because, they're, always happening. And I was like, yeah, I went to high school afraid every day that could be the last day. And they were telling me, like, yeah, we wore like dog tags walking around New York City in case a bomb went off, then you could identify the bodies. And they're like, yeah, we like ducked and covered under the desks. And I'm like, it's just generational.
Yeah,
It's
totally.
crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. I'm a substitute teacher in New York right now.
Yeah.
And it's wild. Um, I mean, I've worked with all age groups over the past like 6 months or so, and yeah, it's really interesting to see like students from all walks of life in New York too, because it's such a melting pot of people and
Hmm.
from all over the world, which has been really cool for me to connect with so many different young students, like and hearing about their lives and what it's like growing up in New York, even because I grew up in the Midwest, so it's super different. But it really like lets you in on the culture of their influences, like their
Yeah.
parents and whatnot. Because when you're that young, when you're in school, like you really are conditioned by your house
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
the streets around you. So it gives me a good idea of what's going on in the minds of people in their neighborhoods.
Hmm. And
It's
then whatever
interesting.
they're watching online as well.
Yeah, totally. Yep, which is just wild.
It is crazy how much like people are influenced by social media and the internet and everything.
Oh my gosh, totally. I mean, yeah, I'm a very sensitive person, and I think like social media has influenced me so much, and not just what I'm interested in a lot of positive ways. Like there's a lot of things I love about social media, and it's definitely an essential tool for a lot of artists, if not most of them. But um, for me, it like has negatively affected a lot of my like self-worth and comparing and naturally like it's
Yeah.
designed to do that so that
Hmm.
you will buy more things and you will post more and stay on the app and get addicted. So it's been honestly like a life-changing 3 weeks not being on anything. I think I haven't done that in like 5 years, which is
Yeah.
crazy. And I mean, I've been on Instagram since I was 12, so this is like a sort of virtual reality that I exist in so much. It's been
Hmm.
really helpful for me to just like re-ground myself back in like my apartment.
How long are you planning on staying off?
Just until the new year. My birthday is the 30th, so I told myself if I could get back on Instagram on my birthday, and I'll see what it's like to be back. I think I would like to move forward with a little bit more balance. I think like a month off will help me do that.
Mm-hmm.
But if I need to get off of it, then I will. I think life is too precious to be wasting my screen time on Instagram. I had a flip phone last year for a bit and I loved that. It was so fun. I was just writing the album, so I wasn't like touring or
Mm-hmm.
doing anything that I really needed to be on social media for. I've never been one to like blow up or like have things go viral like on reels or anything like that. So, um, it just kind of took the pressure off me for a second. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get well, okay, here's the thing about the reels and blowing up on Instagram or TikTok, whatever. It's like with any system in life too, if it if you structure your art or anything on a system that works, you have to keep building on that structure until there's
Mm-hmm.
collapse. And so you have to like make that decision if you want that to be your structure or not. Do you want posting short form content to be your structure? And for a lot of people, it works for them really well. And I envy that because I think like creating on art form of itself and it's been something I've been really good at,
Mm-hmm.
like short form content. Um, but yeah, so I've been asking myself that question forever. I'm like, if I, if I go at it trying to do that, then I have to keep doing it. So is
Mm-hmm.
it for me? But just I think it's good to be more intentional about what you do online and not
Yeah.
just sort of follow the grain of like, oh, I want to be an influencer. That's what everyone wants to be. So
But does anyone actually want to be that?
exactly. I don't know. I don't know. I think we're addicted, and maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm just like talking out of my ass right now of just like what I've struggled with. But
Mm-hmm.
there's sort of a self-importance with being an influencer
Yeah.
that also look at my cat right now. Isn't this so
Oh.
cute? I'm sorry, that distracted me, but that's baby Kata. Anyways, um, yeah, I think there's like we have mm, yeah, I'm gonna say it. Whatever. I think there's a bloated self-importance
Yeah.
when you're online, and
Mm-hmm.
it you think you're all that, and not that that's bad. Like we all live our lives for ourselves, but like I think it can be addicting.
Yeah, I would agree
It
with
can be
that.
addicting for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh, moving.
big stretch.
So cute.
Thank you.
Sorry, that distracted me too.
They're that cute. They really are.
Mm-hmm.
I have two of them.
Oh. So, with making music in a world where everything is all about being online and being, you know, making that short form content and being like an influencer almost, how do you balance that with not wanting to be on social media as much?
Not very well. I'll say that. Um, I do my best. I I want my content to be an overflow and of my artistic work.
Okay.
And I want it to be coming from a place of abundance and not of scarcity.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I've gotten stuck in the loop a lot of times of posting from scarcity and begging people to listen to me. And I don't want to create like that anymore. I want to post as a way of showing whoever cares that it's there.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I find more meaning fulfillment through that instead of begging people to hear me and see me. Um, yeah, I think that creates a really crazy loop in my brain of
Yeah.
feeling like there's lack for some reason. And I don't want to exist in that anymore. And that might be radical thing to say as an artist that hasn't necessarily like blown up or
Mm-hmm.
gotten that big yet. But I think if it's supposed to happen, then it will. And if I keep following my authenticity and being in the spaces that don't question my value,
Mm-hmm.
then it will just happen.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
I think people would know if it was fake. You're just trying to create all of this content. It feels fake sometimes.
they do. I know it. I drives me nuts scrolling and seeing that. Like, and I get it too. It's not even the only reason why it drives me crazy or annoys me to some degree is because I see it in myself. Like,
Hmm.
your whole reality is just a mirror. It's everything that you are and that you feel inside. So something's like causing an emotional reaction for me, then it's just because I already have that within.
Yeah.
And that's sort of my struggle with social media too, because it's like there's not an inherent like negativity or struggle to of worth on
Hmm.
social media. It doesn't mean objectively that it isn't made to do that and like psychologically do that to people,
Yeah.
but I place that there. So it's a me thing, really, above all else. I think when I do post, my fans and the people that care about my music love seeing my posts if Instagram shows it. So, there's a level of like algorithm stuff
Yeah.
there that drives me crazy. But yeah, I mean, to answer your question, I think like only posting when it is an overflow and
Hmm.
not from a place of scarcity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think
which is
that's
hard. That's why I
yeah.
took a month off too, because I was like, I can't imagine posting right now. Like, I need to get back to abundance.
I think that's
Yeah.
good that you know yourself well enough to be able to set those hard limits.
Yeah. I think I know myself more than I think I do. I think you know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
I feel like I find myself in crisis sometimes where I'm like, where am I? And I don't know. A lot of my spiritual gurus that I look up to a lot always say that truth is remembrance. It's an uncovering. It's not
Hmm.
like anything that's external.
Yeah.
And um yeah, I think I'm just trying to uncover and really like decondition myself from expectations that were never mine to hold in the first place. Like,
Hmm.
find my pure nature, my sacred nature again, you know?
Yeah. It's a long journey.
It's a long journey, yeah. Give them, there's so much grace for myself in this journey, but reality is magic. Meet yourself where you are. I think you have to start with exactly where you are, where your feet are, and it's always the small things that bring me back. Cleaning, or cooking, or calling a friend, or taking care of the body.
Yeah.
A lot of times I think we think it's something like external that's gonna save you or bring you back to your center when really it's all here. Like, your wholeness is never in question. You're always whole,
Hmm.
you know. So that I for some reason my soul has made Instagram a place where I don't feel whole. So
Yeah.
I've just been compassionately curious about it. I That's something that I've been learning a lot is about compassionate curiosity and
Hmm.
just non-judgmental way of looking at the way that I interact with things and how systems are set up. And
Hmm.
so this has been an experiment for me really with social media, and just I'm curiously watching how I relate to it.
Yeah.
So,
So before I ask the last question today, anything else you want to mention or talk about?
um,
Kind of a big question.
yeah, that's a challenging question. Trying to think if there's anything about my album I wanted to share. Um, I guess like I would love to say that like I am really proud of this album. I spent so long on it, and it's 13 songs, and there's like 17 characters in it, and everything is full band, which I've never done before, and really like poured everything I had into it. It's a lot inspired by like Andy Schaaf, Adrian Linker, Julia Jacqueline. So I recommend anyone who likes those artists to listen to it. They like cello too. I play cello. So yeah, that's a bit about the album, but you can fire away. Last question.
Okay, so our last question is, what is the soundtrack of your life?
In the Golden Afternoon from Alice in Wonderland.
If you just knew it right away.
Yeah, totally. That's the song. I don't know. It's the core song. I always go back to it. Brings me back to myself every time. I love Alice in Wonderland so much. Um, yeah, it's a really lovely song about flowers and they're singing. And I recommend everyone to go listen to that. It's from the OG Disney 1950s Alice in
Mm.
Wonderland in the Golden Afternoon.
Okay. So, for all of our listeners who want to stay updated on you, where can they find you when you are on social media?
Yes, I promise I'll be back in like a week. Don't worry. It's just my name, Torri Weidinger. I'm on all socials, but yeah, you can hear me on any streaming platform as well, Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal. Recommend Apple because or honestly Tidal. I think Tidal's the best, but you can find me anywhere. YouTube, the whole shebang.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to talk with me today.
Thank you so much. It was super fun. I really enjoyed it.
Have a nice rest of your day. Bye.
You too.
What's 19 without giving it all away? What's being human without dismay?